President Pahor, it's very nice to see you again. We spoke, I think, last year. Just like to begin with your reflections on this year's Global Baku Forum and perhaps some of the themes that you and the other leaders have been discussing so far.
Well, it couldn't be more important than it is. Talking about peaceful transition to the new global order is something which is very important. Russia is involved in war with Ukraine. United States is deeply involved, it seems, in war with Iran. Two superpowers are using force to develop their political and military and economic power, but China does not. And the intriguing question is if this initiative that we have been just talking about at the forum is something that is promising to the peaceful transition to the next order. Not just this issue, but other also. They are very important for the future of mankind. So I think this Baku Global Forum comes in a historic moment when a couple of my colleagues are talking about World War III, which is, I mean, something that 5-10 years ago nobody would talk about. And now the question is if this, transition period will finish by using force, or we will be capable by dialogue to make a successful, efficient, multilateral international order or not. So Baku is doing its best at the moment.
If you look at social media, multilateralism has gone out of fashion, it seems, although right now perhaps it's what we need more than ever.
That's correct. You're right. I think right now in this very moment we maybe do need it mostly in last 80 years. So everybody sees that it is challenged, and once again the question is, we will go to the next phase of, let's say so, a peaceful time in international order by using force to get to the new structures, or we will capable to get there without using force by dialogue and peaceful means. This remains open.
And transition is something where you have vast experience. I mean, it'd be interesting to reflect on your own experience of EU integration, membership, then of course the Euro adoption in 2007. What is it about that experience that you think could be particularly useful advice now as we stand at this very difficult moment?
Well, I would like to point on one issue that, in my view, it is extremely important, and this is reconciliation. So we have to reconcile with each other to bring past back to the past and use our force to build the future together, So I've focused during my term in office as Prime Minister and the President to this extremely important challenge. Let us see how this will work for the global international community. It seems now there is a complete lack of dialogue. I mean, complete lack. There is, but not successful one. So I would suggest to global powers and all others, Slovenia among them, to try to reconcile on issues that are very sensitive, and to try to get those elements of our national interests that are common, and that we can then, bridge this period, period of transition in a peaceful way, building on those elements that they are, for everyone, good for everyone.
And it's a difficult moment for the EU in one sense, isn't it? Because you can see, we've seen recently Spain taking a notably different position on US and Israel, or perhaps Norway, Ireland are also supportive of that, others taking an alternate point of view. I mean, I suppose there has to be space for different perspectives, but how does the EU try and hold all this together?
Well, there is one difference which is absolutely dominant, decisive. Look, United States, there is a president, which is a very powerful figure. In Russia, there is a president, which is a very powerful figure. In China, there is a president, which is a very powerful figure. Well, in European Union, you do not have the president. You have the president of the Commission. This is completely different political structure. What I would like to point is that we need changes in European Union. It has been a long time ago that I started to talk about the United States of Europe. Not that that would be just another United States, as United States of America will be a different structure of United States of Europe, but would be a union with a strong leadership. Okay, we should have a consensus on this. There is no consensus on this, you're right. But I think, that is my wish maybe, more than my analysis, that slowly, step by step, we will go there. Because there is no other alternative for European Union to survive as a global leader than to be some sort of sui generis confederation or even federation. We will see what future will bring.
So does that go hand in hand with enlargement? That it's a tightening?
Unfortunately not.
Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I think if we would have a strong personality at the top, as we have it in other superpowers, probably she or he would, in this very moment, would say, let's go there, let's go to the Western Balkans, because the Western Balkans, in a way, it is a part of, our values and so on and so on. But we do not do that. We are postponing the enlargement to the Western Balkans. Let us hope that the intention to get closer Ukraine and Moldova, maybe Iceland, that Brussels will keep its word. But this remains to be seen. So if we will be capable to build a European Union as United States of Europe, so some sort of sui generis federal state or union or confederal state or union, I think this will enable us to reflect on enlargement process differently. Now it's a completely technical process. You should go through the process. There are conditions and all that stuff. It's very difficult. It has been more than 20 years now since the last enlargement of European Union. If we would be a superpower, we would see, the space of Western Balkans, the space of 6 countries there, as space which belongs to the European Union. And we would go there without very strong, conditions. Same goes for Ukraine. Same goes for Moldova. So this is, I think, that makes the difference between European Union as it is and European Union that could be in the future.
To be more decisive like that, though, Mr. President, don't you need to be more accountable? Does the relationship with voters, do they need some kind of more direct democracy in order to be more decisive, as you say?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. It would be a great signal that, listen, I've been a member of European Parliament, so with 751 colleagues, we've been the only ones to be elected to the House. Commission is not elected by the people. Council is not elected directly by the people. The president of the council is not elected by the people. If we would have at least one, that would be seen as a leader at the top of European Union, that would make a difference in the future. So basically I'm saying, in my view, the way to go is to be much more connected, not just in economy, but also in politics, in institutions, than we are at this very moment. By the way, a year and a half ago, the House has voted on the resolution to maybe reflect on a possibility to have one another this debate on the future of Europe, like we had it back in 2003 and 4. But then ended with, referenda in I think, in France, that then, in Netherlands, I think, that ended the process of the new European Constitution. So I think, basically, because of the global disorder, European Union will get enough political will and consensus, I hope, in the future, that will start to think about reshaping itself as a modern global power, which is not at this very moment.
And we've seen conflicts have been contentious issues for the EU, different views amongst different member states, but also some very difficult issues such as migration that have not only provided logistical challenges, but also have emboldened the populist right across Europe. How does Brussels get to grips with a problem like that?
Well, the populism is the reflection of the lack of credibility of political correctness. This idea of political correctness had built the European Union, to try via dialogue to get some sort of common position on different issues. But because of the lack of the credibility of political elites debating those issues, suddenly people just, do not believe in the dialogue as it is, and they are very much in favor of the populist. They have simple solutions to the very complex problems, and this is the problem. Migration is not a simple problem. It's not a simple issue. It's a very complex one. At this very moment, I think there is a growing consensus that we should stop, almost any migration whatsoever. This will not work. Illegal migration is a different thing. We have to accept this challenge, and I think European is doing its best at this very moment on this issue, but we have struggled until now.
And finally, I just want to ask you about this region. Last time we spoke in depth about some of the things that this region was pioneering in diplomacy. Since you were here last year, of course, the relationship between Azerbaijan and the US has strengthened. The relationship between Azerbaijan and Iran, though, also strong. There is an ability in this part of the world to hold together dialogue between conflicting actors and to find ways to solve problems. Is that something that you think is a kind of an example where there might be lessons for the rest of the world?
Well, by the way, the President of the European Council has been just here visiting Azerbaijan, which is a strong signal, and I am very happy that it is so. Central Asia is a stable part of the world. Okay, now we are watching this war in Iran. We will see what will be in the future there. But basically, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Uzbekistan, and all other countries in the region, they are developing very fastly, more or less without using force. They are capable to develop their self with partners worldwide, not just China, not just India. I'm fascinated by the development in this part of the world. 30, 40 years ago, this could be just another forgotten place in Soviet Union. Now it's a completely different picture of the future for these countries. It's amazing.
Well, Mr. President, it's been great speaking to you again. We thank you very much for joining us on
My
A-News.
pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.